I'm Goldie Saxon, star of COMISH, the #1 stock market simulator game on the app stores. Welcome to Wall Street All Time, a quick look into the greatest winners and losers in Wall Street history. Today we're taking a quick look at my top 3 biggest, ballsiest short trade artists of all time. Now, any schmuck can short a stock, but a brilliant short trader uses all of their instinct and cunning to find just the right moment to strike, and has the guts to zig when everyone else zags. Let's get into it. Starting off with my pick for number 3 most legendary short trader of all time, Paul Tudor Jones. This guy made $100 million by correctly predicting Black Monday, the 1987 stock market crash that nobody else saw coming. Paul and his second-in-command, Peter Borish, mapped the 1929 stock market versus the 1987 markets, and they found striking similarities in the patterns. So they acted on it. Paul Tudor Jones took a massive short position on the market. The Dow plummeted 22%. Brokers tossed themselves out of windows, and meanwhile, Mr. Jones tripled his money. He now runs one of the most powerful hedge funds in the world. Most hedge funds charge an industry standard 2% per year in fees. Paul charges 4%. My number 2 pick for the all-time greatest short trader goes to John Paulson. In 2007, this guy became world famous by shorting the U.S. housing market. In what is often called the greatest trade in history, his firm made $15 billion by perfectly timing the housing bubble. How did he do it? While all of the major banks were going long in subprime mortgages, Paulson convinced these same banks to write credit default swaps on such mortgage-backed assets. Then he proceeded to snatch up as many as he could. The bubble burst, major banks collapsed and almost took America with them, and Paulson made off like a bandit. My number 1 all-time short trade legend goes to Jesse Livermore, better known as the Great Bear of Wall Street. This man seemed to have a deal with Satan himself. He saw things coming that nobody else saw, and he acted on them. He shorted the 1907 market crash and made $1 million, about $27 million in today's dollars. In 1925, he shorted wheat. He made $3 million. He even shorted the San Francisco earthquake. Let me say it again. He shorted an earthquake. One day before the San Francisco earthquake on April 18th of 1906, he took a massive short position in Union Pacific stock. The next day, the city of San Francisco was destroyed and Mr. Livermore became immensely richer. But his greatest short trade came in 1929. He used an army of 100 brokers to secretly short the entire market. When the great crash happened, he netted a $100 million profit, $3 billion in today's cash. With that much money, he must have lived happily ever after, right? Wrong! The death threats started coming in hard and fast as outraged investors blamed him personally for the crash. He got divorced twice, somehow lost all his fortune. His ex-wife accidentally shot his son, Jesse Jr., and then Mr. Livermore committed suicide by shooting himself in a hotel in Manhattan.